and we are recording on the video side. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Longma, and this is Sweat the Critique. I'll be your host today. To the front of me on the A's and V's, we have Cutter.
Cutter, what's good? What's good? What's good?
And as you may see, I'm quite alone in frame. Shout out to our brother Titus Peoples. He unfortunately had a loss in the family. His grandmother Shirley Middleton, beautiful spirit, has joined the ancestors. So please be patient with us as he is grieving. And a moment of silence, please. Shirley was a beautiful spirit, and I have a lot of appreciation for her. I'm not saying this just because she was my boy's grandmother, but she legit has given me opportunities. I've photographed her birthday. I've gone to her church to do photography. I've even done some stuff for Titus when he was doing another project at that same church as a beautiful family. So, again, much love and respect, and we give you our condolences. Please put your condolences in the chat.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
All right, Cutter, so how have you been doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I just been working. That's all. That's all I've been doing for the past like 2 years. So every time I get on this podcast, I'm just gonna say I've been working. I have no social life. I don't have a. Yeah, I never really had one, but like now I really don't have no social life. I just been trying to build in this film world. It's very hard, very difficult. So, what about you? How you been doing?
I've been all over the place. Capitalism is it's funny, you know. I got to work on some music. I almost got into a fist fight. Yeah, let me tell you guys about the fist fight. So, shout out to the Reagan Youth Camp. Shout out to Reagan Youth. Shout out to my sister, Madam St. Beatrice. She had put on her Facebook status, Dave Grohl having a love child is the most rock and roll thing that he's done in a long time. If you don't know who Dave Grohl is, he was the drummer in Nirvana and is now the lead singer and guitarist of the Foo Fighters. I commented, poor child, and, you know, some guy just came out of nowhere and was like, poor, you mean rich child? And I said, don't assume you're talking for me. I'm a grown man. You mean rich child. Don't talk for me. And he's like, oh, you better take that dick out your mouth. I'm like, what? I don't know who the fuck you think you talking.
He wrote that? Like, he wrote that to you?
Take that dick out your mouth. And I'm just like, yo. Like,
how old is this dude?
I don't know. I think he's in his 20s. But it's just like, there's no reason to say that, because the only reason I said poor child is because this is a love child, and not many people that I'm sure of would have their love child on purpose. He's already married, already has a family, and then you get caught cheating. And if you're not getting caught cheating, you decide to tell people that you have a love child, probably because you were getting extorted. So that's why I had written that. And he's saying that finances are what makes a good parent. I know that's not true, and I hope you also know that's not true. And he was just like, all right, meet me at Franklin Avenue on the A and C train line at 6 p.m. And I'm like, bet. I head over there. I get there at 5:50, and I wait for a whole half an hour. This nigga does not show up. So I call up Beatrice. I tell him, like, yo, tell your man I'm here. I'm waiting. And she she just wanted to calm everything down. And I wasn't going to hit him initially. I wanted to explain to him exactly where I was coming from. And if he still felt like it was his place to try to sun me, because stating the obvious clearly gives you brownie points. Money. Come on. If you want to pat yourself on the back for that, feel free.
But I just think, like I said, like we had a conversation like a few hours before. I just think he was just thinking on a surface level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't think he was thinking like, cause like I said, people like most people don't think on a level of especially us poor people. We don't think on a level of like if this is affecting us mentally. It's like that stupid shit that 50 Cent said, like I'm too, like if you're depressed, then you're basically like privileged. Like I'm not privileged enough to be depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just stupid shit like that. So, and I can understand that coming from him because, he actually grew up and been through a lot, and now he's
where he's at right now.
Multi-millionaire, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
he got more than 50 Cent now.
But yeah, I don't think that dude was just thinking,
I mean, he said what he said. I matched the energy. He couldn't match it. So, Nate, you are now my son. And the whole internet knows that, okay?
Oh, my God, man, this guy is crazy, man.
If you ever challenge anybody to a fight, please be prompt and go for it. Don't be half-assed about that. Be real. Just be real. Again, I wasn't going to hit him until he felt like he had a bigger point to prove. So that was that. But, yeah, other than that, it's been interesting. My man Jose just had his baby shower yesterday. So shout out to you, bro.
Shout out, Jose.
You're going to have a beautiful daughter. I'm really proud of you. And it was nice to meet you, Anna. That's his wife. Lovely lady. Lovely family. And, this thread, this material is the matching of the birthday party I had for my mom. We were at a Ghanaian restaurant yesterday on the hill in Harlem. I could have swore I saw D plays for keeps on the phone. And I was just like, yo, I think I might need to get out of here.
So his is like DEE?
Yeah.
So is that like an OY thing? Because I know there's someone named D Bill, right?
Yeah, I think it might be an OY thing.
But they don't like. But you said Didi Osama. Isn't Didi
Yeah, Didi Osama is also in that group.
So I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but didn't that group did like the Naughty Bop and stuff like that? Didn't they make that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Kyle Rich, Tata, and Jen Carter of 4-1, they made the Naughty Bop about Didi's brother. About Didi's brother Naughty.
Oh, okay. So that's why I was confused when you said OY and you said D, because it isn't a song called D Bills. Oh no, not D Bills. Beckham.
Yeah.
And they have a song in the sponsor I Came with the Fellas.
Yes.
That song, yeah. D, but isn't
yeah, I think D Bills is on it.
But he's not OY.
I don't think so.
Okay.
In the spot where I came full of fellas.
Yeah. It's crazy. There's some crazy kids out there, man. I don't want no smoke with anybody. I'm a civilian. I pay my taxes.
Same. I'm from Harlem, so what happened to Naughty broke my heart, and I wish no ill on any of these.
Yeah, these kids.
Youngins.
Pray for them, actually, to be honest with you.
Exactly. And don't naughty bop, okay? Please, I'm dead ass. Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, you say you had let's get in your topic, man.
Okay, yes. So, a lot of us are aware of police TV shows. The organized term is called propaganda, which is a portmanteau of cop and propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as we all know, cops are very prominent in society.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking to myself, superheroes are like cops. And they kind of tried to tackle that with Captain America as, the American way of looking at life. And I figured, is it healthy to keep indoctrinating good cops in society when reality shows otherwise? For decades, there's been shows about the cops' overall drive for justice always being good, and they never suffer for anything. They don't even emotionally go through things. Mm. And I wanted to know, how do you feel about that?
Well, I think for me, to be honest, to be frank, I've never really thought about that. Like I never really thought about, because I look at some of these shows as just like creative shows. I don't think they're trying to, because investigation shows, especially in the 50s and the 60s, are like extremely entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And it's like it's a very interesting, what do you call it, like genre in film, So I necessarily didn't look at it like that, but I can understand. But also, so there's certain cops. Like I'm not saying like all cops is like good. I'm not going to say that, but there is like certain TV shows that I feel like displays a certain like humanity for that cops show, like for instance Law and Order, because I grew up on Law and Order.
I did too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when they're not really cops, they're more like, well, they're cops,
they're
but they're
detectives.
Like detectives. You know what I'm saying? So detectives are a little bit more.
Yeah, they have more responsibilities.
But they're also remember that film with Tupac?
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he a detective in that?
Yeah, the one where he was with the Jim Brewer. I forgot the name of the comedian.
It was some white 90s guy.
Yeah.
And they were stupid. They was like corrupt. It was pieces of shit. Like Tupac played a piece of shit.
Yeah, and he died in that movie too.
He was on drugs. So I feel like there's a balance. As long as if there's a balance of, of good and evil, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like The Wire is like the best representation of cops. The Wire. I feel like it's the best representation. And like the season 3 of Wire, of how, I don't know if he's not a commissioner, but he's like the chief. He was like a chief police officer.
Yeah.
And how he had them in a controlled area, and it was like letting them sell. Like I thought that was fucking brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know, man. Like as long as for me, it's like creative and again shows like a healthy balance of what good cops look like and what bad cops look like. When I was watching that YouTube channel that you put in the thing.
Yeah. Skip intro.
Yeah, it was the propaganda. What
Yeah.
you were saying, like as far as like in LA, that LA cop film, and I think it was like the late 50s, the mid 50s or something like that.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Test something.
It's just the one where you go dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand how, but I can't really talk about that because I didn't really watch it. Number one, so I can't really say how it like. I can only go by his word. So if I watch it, I could probably give you a better understanding of if it was like really that deep. But I think for the most part, like shows that we grew up on, like we see it. Like you see, like even in Spike Lee films, like you see cops that, trash or pieces of shit or, what I'm saying, brutality, police brutality. Like, I don't know. Like for me, I think it's like a healthy balance,
I get that. For me, I just felt like there's still a lot of sensationalism that takes place with the police, and it can still rub off on society in a lot of weird ways, and especially with superhero films and other little media like Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol gave a whole interesting dynamic to police dogs, and the studies prove that police dogs are really ineffective. But we still love Chase.
You said police dogs are ineffective to what?
To, finding drug smugglers. They're good at biting people.
Oh yeah, they're good at chasing people.
Yeah, and like even the history of police dogs started with segregation. All that footage of us getting hosed down in the '60s. That's when police dogs were put to work. Yeah. That's when they were great cops.
Yeah.
Murder. But I just felt like a certain type of way because, the idea of the superhero is always super glorified for like the past 10 years. And we don't see the outcome and the effects of it as much as we should. But like, do you remember that guy, Phoenix Jones?
Phoenix Jones?
Yeah.
From what?
He was a vigilante out in, I think, Washington. And he like had this black and gold outfit, had like a bulletproof vest. And he and a bunch of people would dress up really flamboyantly and, they'd tase people, fight drunken people.
Yeah, I didn't know about this.
Yeah. For a minute back in like the 2010s, there was just people who decided to become vigilantes. But what ended up happening with Phoenix was he became corrupt, and in order to perpetuate his own image, he was selling the drugs that he's supposed to keep off of the streets as propaganda for himself. And I think he's in jail. And if he's not, he should be in jail because that's wrong. This is someone taking the law into their own hands, just like that dude from the protests who came with the guns just because.
You're talking about the kid.
Yeah, that kid.
But he was defending himself though.
He came from out of state. He came from out of state with those guns with like that intent. There was no reason for him to be there other than the fact that he had something that he could use that he felt would make a difference. And it was like, you're not legally supposed to be here to be doing that. So that kind of mindset also brews with the kind of media that shows cops in a particular manner.
So do you want to see cops? So you're basically saying that you just want to see cops in a super realistic manner.
Absolutely.
And you don't want but that kind of takes away from don't you feel like that kind of gets in the way with creativity at some point? Like for instance, right? Like I like The Boys. I look at that show as I understand what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
But I feel like it just do too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that we have authority and then authority's corrupt. We get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deals with it worse than the next man or somebody deals with authority or whatever. We get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's I feel like the message kind of like gets blurred when you start messing with people's creativity. Like we confusing politics and creativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is the line with that with you? Do you feel like that if we're going to be, we shouldn't be creative and make movies that we want when it involves authority or police? Or should we just not do it? Like,
I'm iffy on it just because I see how it trickles out into real life. I'm all for creativity. You see me dressed here like this. Mm-hmm. Name the film that this is from, y'all. Put that in the comments. But I just feel like, especially when it comes to heroic activities, there's so many other things that are left untapped. We don't talk about how we can make equality for all people, how we can save the environment, how we can have clean water.
You have Captain Planet. Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. Come on, man.
Oh, man. Damn, not Captain Planet.
Yo, I mean, it's true, bro. We got Captain Planet, bro. Like, we got so many, there's so many, like, again, like I said, like, I feel you, you know what I'm saying? But I just, like, I can't lie to you, bro. The way I grew up when it comes to, like, I've seen every single, like, portray of a cop. We watch Boys in the Hood, when you watch Do the Right Thing, when you see Reno 911, that's like a comedy goofy, you know what I'm saying? But they have some spots in there where it's like, okay, that's real, but they trying to make it funny, you know? Again, Law and Order is my favorite, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's just like like one of the best cop shows to ever exist, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know?
Yeah.
And I just don't, me personally, I'm all for like change and stuff like that, but I feel like how will we do that with film? Do you think it's a problem making film that important enough for it to have a fickle effect outside in the real world? Like,
low key, yes, because you have to remember some of those films were funded by the police in real life. There was an FBI show funded by the FBI. Even the Captain America movie was funded by some branch of the government just so it can tell a particular narrative and control the stories. And absolutely, I'm all for the creative process, but like they also love to go around people's real life rights with those shows because of the sake of creativity. And in real life, that makes people feel either really good about what bad people do, or they feel bad about what good people do, and vice versa. I've had people that would watch like true crime, and they get like overwhelmed listening to these stories. There's even like some lady that killed somebody just because she was watching it so much and she just wanted to see what it was like. And as soon as she did it, instantly regretted it and went to jail.
But how can you blame that on TV shows and movies? Like, how you blame that on, that was just like, that's like saying like, so do you think video games have an effect on the real world?
I don't. I just feel like when you have that kind of real authority that makes sure that you see like one side of the overall issue, it's a little messed up.
But that's not true though. That's not true because I could understand if we was in fucking like if we was in like the 20s, like yeah, like D.W. Griffin was a piece of shit. Like
Absolutely.
he made Ku Klux Klan look like they was like superheroes.
Yeah, the
But that's not. But I mean, I could understand if we was in that time frame, but we're not in that time frame. Like we're in a frame where basically everybody's able to, especially now, everybody's able to pick up a camera and tell their story. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I could understand if it was like if we was in like a timeline where like only rich white people, you know, racist people can tell their story. So what do you think about that? Like,
I feel like the overall creative process, as you said, that very much matters. But I would like there to be like a balance for it, because I just see so much more on one side of things, and I see how people respond to it in real life because of that.
okay,
And that's like that's my whole thing. And I hear what you're saying exactly about how we are able to, you know, separate from that fourth wall and not make it so much about that, but it's still like a very slow trickling effect from being able to separate reality from fiction. Even like Cops, the reality TV show, they kind of got canceled and they kind of spun off into other things. And it still shows like sensationalized ideas of how the law works. And that's just my whole issue. I want it to be fair.
so do you like The Boys?
I haven't watched The Boys. I would check it out, especially as a creative. I would check it out, but I've been fatigued with superhero stuff since like 2015, maybe even earlier. Like, it's exhausting. I want there to be real creative energies put out there when it comes to how we sensationalize stuff. Like even today, we were I asked that question: does Scooby-Doo count somewhat like that Kyle Rittenhouse guy?
No.
You don't think they're like?
I think Kyle Rittenhouse. I want to say Kyle Rittenhouse. Well, I want to call him a guy because he was pretty young. Like he was like 17 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Scooby-Doo's are full of 17-year-olds too.
Yeah, and they go and they're stupid enough to go around and solve fucking mysteries about ghosts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I think
non-violent crimes
yeah,
or fraud.
No, I feel you. You know, I don't really know much about the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Like I said, it seemed like it was just a kid, and he you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll look into it, but I think for the most part, like, you know, don't you feel like we kind of give, like, what is your perception? I mean, not perception, but what is the reality? What is indeed the reality, and that should be displayed on film when it comes to cops? Like, I'm talking about, and it don't have to be 100% of the time, maybe like 80% of the time.
A sense of humanity, no matter what, and that includes fucking up. That includes innate biases and flaws and whatever psychologically you have going on here. Especially like with New York cops, they're not all the way trained. You can get into the school and they'll put you out on the beat immediately, and you can figure shit out, but that doesn't make you like a good cop. And it's hard to find like a good cop.
And you think that's not displayed in shows and movies? Like, you never seen a movie where there's a cop who, well, we saw, the Tupac one.
Yeah.
That's one. And then okay, so let's go to like actual cops, like not detectives, actual cops, like you mean like cops that walk the beat. That's what you're talking about?
Them and like what's his face that inspired Training Day.
Okay.
Because that guy was real.
Okay, so you got Training Day. You need more.
I want more, but not in a way that like gives them a humanity that you enjoy.
You want them to be like completely hated.
I want there to be like an understandable hate, so there's a realization that there's something that we're doing with the law that doesn't quite work. There's something that we're doing with society that doesn't quite work, that we justify by having them around, as opposed to reforming certain ideas and thoughts towards how we interact with one another, so people aren't out here with like malicious criminal intent. I understand there's still going to be a few people who fly through the cracks and end up on the wrong side of the tracks, but there's still enough things that can, I guess, deconstruct organized crime.
What do you think, this is my last question.
No problem.
What do you think is more important to have a portrayal of a cop? The fear or the love? I know it's not black and white like that, but it's just like a question. Like, what do you think?
I mean, we definitely know how to give cops fear, but...
No, do we need to fear them or love them? Like, do you need to show a portrayal of like fear? Because it seems like you're going towards the fear part, and that fear is mostly like a fear of just evil. Like they're more so like the evil side of fear. You don't, and that's like.
Yeah, I would definitely say we need a little bit more fear of cops, and I'm not saying that like every real cop you need to feel that way, because I have family members, I have friends who are in the law, but it's just like, you know, when you take that position in society, it's going to do something to you, and I see how it happens. I see how it results in those individuals, you know. I have like one friend who's a cop that she joined with the intent of wanting to take out her frustrations on perps. And that sounds crazy, because it's just like...
So that is a type of fear that needs to be displayed in movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like we don't get that psychological connection where if you're putting yourself on the edge like that for society, for safety, is going to be like a double-edged sword that you have to bring back home. Maybe like that movie Heat with De Niro and Pacino. There was a nice dichotomy where De Niro, as the criminal, he had like this great love life that ended tragically, while Pacino had this terrible love life that ended with some harmony at the end, but like there's not enough of that in my eyes.
And you feel like cop like buddy cop shows, or like Reno 911 and even Law and Order, like that shows like that we have like a love for cops. You feel like that's dangerous?
To a degree. And I love Law and Order SVU. I love that show. I don't watch it as much as I used to. I was even watching Organized Crime as well, because, Stabler is that.
Yeah, I love Detective Stabler.
Yo, Detective Stabler.
And what's the other girl name? What's the girl name?
I was gonna say, not Munch. Damn. I'm so sorry, ladies. I forgot her name.
I know her name is Mariska. Hardigray.
Yeah, I remember Mariska, but
I forgot her name. I ain't watched that shit in a while. But like, I just, me personally, my thing is, I kind of feel like the opposite of what you're saying. Like, I feel like it gets kind of, I don't like when creativity gets too political, because I feel like it just fucks up. I don't never want to judge anything that people bring out, because that is their own perception of what they feel. You know what I'm saying? And I can't be mad at that. Like if someone is, you know what I'm saying? Because there's people who are married to cops, and that's, you know what I'm saying? And they know this person, and they know he's a good person, and they also know that there's cops who are out there who are fucking evil, and they're bad, and they're corrupt. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes everybody don't want to hear that message. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, it's just like listening to music. And not everybody want to listen to fucking, you know, and I love Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? But not everyone want to listen to fucking Kendrick Lamar all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't want to listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass. Like,
I
people
know.
don't want to listen to that shit. Like, people want to listen, we gonna be all right. Niggas want to shake their ass and go to the club and dance with a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Drop it for the 99 to the 2000s.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you on some certain things, but I just feel like I just hate politicians who, like, to be honest with you, I just have a hate for like political people who come into the arts. I just fucking hate it, man, because it's like, brother, like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You know, I'm more of like a social person.
Yeah.
I'm not more like do the right thing. I'm not really a fan of that movie. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's certain things in there that was a little bit off. And
you said it was exaggerated how that narrative spun out of control from something so small as about like the picture on the wall.
Which happens.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I'm saying? But it just, I don't know, it just didn't hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't hit me like that.
It was really kind of out of nowhere. The way
the
way that film happened, it was really just like, oh, matter of fact.
You know what I'm saying? And like, it just, which happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a movie, so I expect it to happen in that way. Like, things is, you know, shit just happened. Just like in, but, you know, compared to something like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Where the guy was just leaning over and he shoots me in the face.
He shot Phil Lamar in the face.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, damn, I killed
I understand that a little bit more than, you know what I'm saying? Like the rising point.
Yeah. I guess for me, part of what art should do is have some commentary about how we deal with addressing the law and fear in society, because a big thing, especially with fascism, is just this idea of having police everywhere and justifying it for our safety, and I don't think that's a good thing either. Mm-hmm. And I feel like not only do like regular cop shows kind of do that, superhero movies do that, spies are a whole different form of cops, you know, and I want to kind of be free from that specific narrative. I still want there to be creativity, but...
Can you name a superhero movie that you like that kind of displays like a good...
I would say the Captain America Civil War movie, because that was specifically them talking about that and their place in society as a form of police, because they address how much destruction that they cause. Mm-hmm. And there's these two sides of the argument saying, oh, well, if we all have to go through this, there's something a little off with, you know, our responsibility to society, because what if they decide, no, we're just going to let some bad shit happen, and we were the responsible ones, and we're all going to repeat, with great power comes great responsibility, as often as possible. Excuse me. But I don't know. For me, I just want there to be more creativity that doesn't necessarily harping on those kind of characters, because there's so many stories we can tell.
What about Hancock? What do you think about Hancock? That's what I was thinking about.
Fucking bum ass.
They threw a superhero in jail. I think he was in prison.
Yeah, and he was chilling there willingly. I mean, it's a dumbass movie, but I like it as a superhero romantic comedy because it's not sensationalizing their need for this kind of force around. It's just saying they're always there, and they still have things that they go through, and they're still very human. You know, I'm still weak when he gets the groupie. She comes to the trailer, and he's like, get off, get off, get off. And he shot up the trailer. He's like, And not only was it like under a minute, she looked at him like, oh, you weird, and left. It was laughing. I was crying.
Yeah, it was such a great display of like a black superhero, like a black man who just he was a black man who just supposed to had fucking superpowers.
I would love to have seen that if it was Samuel Jackson, though. I can't even lie.
He should be in the second one. I think they're making a Hancock too. I think.
I felt
Isn't
like
they
they
making
would
a
have.
Hancock too?
I feel like they were thinking about doing that a long time ago, but they probably would have passed on it by now with his Wolverine jacket.
But he's making one with Michael B. Jordan, right?
Oh, Jesus.
I
No.
think so. I think he's making some movie with Michael B. Jordan. I think it's Hancock too. People were saying it was the other movie, the one where he was like zombies or whatever, it was like zombies.
Oh, yeah. I
Am
Am Legend.
Legend.
That's what
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought it was I Am Legend.
But I think it's Hancock too.
What would you guys rather see? Hand Job 2, Hancock? Or I Am Legend 2?
Me is Hancock. Hancock was probably one of the most unique superhero movies I've ever watched.
I will shove your head. I will shove your head up his ass. Call me crazy one more time. Call me bitch for
He said, your head is going up my ass.
He said, you picked the luck of the straw. I was like, nah. Why the fuck this little boy head going up your ass? What the fuck? You're like, you way too old to be saying that. Way the fuck too old to be saying that. Even to another adult, that's weird. That's Anyway, chat, please let us know your place with propaganda, whether it be local law enforcement, whether it be superheroes, whether it be westerns, spies, Scooby-Doo. Again, do you count Scooby-Doo as a form of vigilante detective series? Let us know.
My man Marshall on some defund police shit, man.
Hey, man, I just want society to grow and think about other things that would show real heroics. And that's all. Fighting people and fighting for certain causes that seem to be repetitive, that's a lack of creativity to me.
Okay.
And that's why I want to see someone talk about how we're going to fix homelessness, how we're going to fix poverty, how we're going to fix health care.
But do you really want that in a film or do you want that in real life?
It starts from one place to another.
I
Because
guess.
people are already trying to do it in real life, but, there's enough other people out there who don't want to see that. They want to keep patriarchy as same as possible or even return to its former glory in a different decade. And that's not going to be good for anybody.
No, that The Wire episode season 3 is probably one of the some of the best written season I've ever seen. They had them all controlled in one area and it was they was doing dirt, but it's what I'm saying? At least it was controlled and no one was killed. I don't think anybody was killed that it was a week. They've been doing that for a week or two or something like that in the film. No one died. They kind of do that here. You can go into a controlled environment and do a small little dosage of I think heroin or something like that. You can do it. So
I got you.
I just thought that was like fucking brilliant, bro. I thought that was like that was brilliant.
Cutter, grab the Zoom in 3, 2, 1. No
Dealing with a crazy person over here, man. But so I had a topic,
Yes.
and I was just thinking one day. I was thinking about like this. I was about like what happened. I was watching Breaking Bad, and it was just like one scene that kind of just like made me think about a situation that I had prior. So like this was my topic for this episode, and it's basically what is a scene or what is a scene that you either felt that happened in real life that kind of like resembles what happened in real life or actually happened. So I'll let you go first. I'll ask you that.
All right. Let's see. A scene, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like something personal. It's just something.
It don't have to be personal. It is just something like you, like a moment that you felt like wow, like that kind of resembles a moment. Because mine don't really reflect that moment actually what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not Walter White. I'm not selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? So.
There was some movie Chris Rock did with Kerry Washington.
Ooh. Kerry Washington.
Yeah, I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Oh, Chris Rock?
Yeah, Chris Rock.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You talking about I hate my wife or something like that?
Yes.
Why I hate my wife?
Yeah, Why I Hate My Wife. That was a fucking great film. But like the scene I feel that made sense in real life was when he pulled up his tie on his head and he started thinking about his kid, and so it's like, damn. It's like, I'm not even horny no more. I gotta go home. I dead forgot about my kid. Nigga ran into.
You felt like that? You felt like that with though?
Yeah.
Like tell the story.
And especially when he ran into his homeboy, I think it was Orlando Jones. Mm-hmm. And Orlando was saying, oh, yeah, I used to be crazy once, but now I'm good, man. You should stay away from that bitch. And I could have swore he started twitching after. I was like, stay away from her. But when Chris Rock had the tie on his head and he looked at himself in the mirror, it's just like, oh, I forgot I got a family. I felt that because it's just like, what the fuck happened? Like, I get life happens and we all need a distraction from things, but yo, he ran away from his whole life
to be with this one hot woman.
Yeah, who apparently had some issues. And it's just like, I get it, but like, damn. Not from thinking about your kid when you about to get busy just because you taking your tie off. That's wild. I think he was doing like the fake elephant noises, or maybe it was Eddie Murphy. But it was just like, he had that shit like, it had that real stupid look.
Like, what was that moment? Like, what was that moment? What was that moment that made you feel like that? Like, what was the...
It was just like, you know, when you're ready to go, you have something planned and you want to do something, and like at the last second you just change your mind.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Okay.
Because I've definitely seen that happen, and you don't have to say if it's happened to you, Cutter, or chat, but if it has, please say yes, I, see, we, pourquoi moi. Yeah, hashtag pourquoi moi.
I think I know what you mean. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know if I ever had that feeling before. I think I've had like more, not less like in that ballpark of feeling, like, but it was more like I have to get my life together. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I've definitely had like moments like that. Like, what the fuck am I doing? I need to get out of here.
Exactly. That moments like that I call like the Plato's cave emergence type of moments where you wake up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're like, oh my God, this is light. There's other people outside of this cave. Yo, come out. There's people. There's life out here.
The thing is, I hate those arguments when you're in a relationship and you have those arguments.
Well, hell yeah.
And I used to have arguments in my relationship, and I used to be like, man, bro, like, I'm still not where I'm at. I'm still not where I'm supposed to be. And it's like, I'm sitting there arguing with you, I'm drained. Oh my God, bro. It makes you feel like shit.
That's a fucking fact. I remember my second to last relationship, my girl was pressuring me to marry her. Mind you, we'd only been together for 6 months. You crazy? 6 months. Already planning to go move in together and be married, and it's just like, that's not how love works, buddy. That's called rescue me. And I get that. I totally get that. But it's just like, let's have our shit together first. Mm-hmm. And you telling me to marry you within 6 months is not motivation. That just makes me think there's something wrong. There's something very wrong here. And I mean, I don't see it. I met your mom. Lovely lady. You just need to have a life outside of your mother if that's the case, because that shit is weird. 6 months, like if someone said we got to get married and you've only dated them for 6 months, does that sound like off to you?
Absolutely, yeah. Getting married, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like
some people don't even get in a relationship after 6 months. They don't become girlfriend and boyfriend after 6 months. But being married, yeah, that's definitely like a red flag.
Word. Mind you, we didn't have like the real activities that, you know, a couple should have when you're bonding. We didn't have like that mutual hobby yet. Mm-hmm. I was always trying to create that first, because then through that we can grow. But she was just like, nah, we got to get married. And it's just like, getting married is not a hobby. Are you crazy? What's wrong with you?
She probably from the 50s and came back to 2024.
I mean, I like older women, but shit, like, be sane. Please be sane.
I mean, people in the 50s to get married like maybe in a day.
So I just met you at the coffee shop.
Strawberry.
Ordered my cigarette and a donut. we about to have a family together.
Yeah,
I met her at the cafe after arresting the perp. I looked over at her. She looked at me, and I said, "Let's get married." And she said, "Yes." So we ran off together like the end of The Graduate. And then we got on that bus and looked at each other. No, we didn't look at each other. We looked straight ahead. Like, what the fuck did I just do?
He got married in The Graduate?
He broke up the marriage.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
She was gonna marry somebody else because, you know, you was smashing her mom's, and you didn't tell her that. You was smashing her mom's after she said, "You're not meeting my daughter."
That's see, people, man, in the 60s, man, it's toxic as hell.
Dustin Hoffman was wrong too, because the first thing he did was he took the daughter to a strip club Like, that's some weird old nigga shit on their first date. So after you've been getting the not even not like the super soaker, but like, you know, you're getting some cougar action. The cougar was hunting you. He said, "Nah, let me hang out some more with your daughter." She's like, "No."
Who was the cougar again?
I can't remember her name. I just know in real life she was maybe like 3 years older than him, so it didn't even make sense.
That's hilarious.
It's like, why is she the cougar when she's not that much older than you, y'all
White
peers?
people do age, bro. White people age like.
They do. This is why white people, I would not be upset if you tried getting some shea butter, because I know some of y'all know what it is. If it changes your life, thank me in the comments.
That's hilarious.
What do you think about white people using shea butter? Would that make a good film?
No. No, I wouldn't. I would not watch that if they pay me.
Okay. I've been joking around with Cutter for years about making a white 5%er. Bro, that would be
I'm pretty sure there's white 5%ers.
I want to see that, bro. I want to see that. Chat, do you want to see a white 5%er? Like straight out of Oz. No melanin whatsoever.
I'm pretty sure those 5%ers have like white people around them, bro.
Like
Jay Electronic was around fucking Rothschild. I'm pretty sure he got some white friends.
Oh, Rothschild is crazy for Jay Electronica.
I think it's rumors. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think he cheated on Erykah Badu with a Rothschild. I think that's the reason why they broke up, I think. I'm not sure. That was a rumor.
We were just talking about this nigga earlier, too. What a bizarre said.
Well, like, that's just such a cliche thing because most, a lot of people, especially like people that be like on there like, oh, anti-racial shit, they be number one people fucking opposite race. But
word, y'all be fetishizing that.
But now, but my
nigga singing like Monica. Who the fuck is it? Jay Electronica.
But my moment, like I was watching Breaking Bad, and my favorite episode is Crawl Space. I think it's like episode 11, like the end of the series. And Walter White, he just I think his stepbrother just died. Stepbrother died. They're kind of like after him because blaming him for his death. I think it was blaming him for his death. I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
And he goes home, and he's trying to get away. He's trying to find some money.
Yeah.
And when he gets there, the money is gone that he saved.
Yeah.
And it turns out that his wife, who she cheated on him with, she cheated on the guy that she cheated on Walter White with.
Yeah.
She gave him the money. Because I think he was kind of like, he was doing something, whatever. And so he's just sitting there. I actually have it on my Instagram. Like, he's sitting there, like, he starts crying. Like, he yells, and he starts crying, and then he begins to laugh. Like, outrageously. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just started laughing. Because he's like, what the fuck is happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those moments where it's just like, what? Like, I just can't fathom what's going on. So, tell my story, right? My mother passed away, right? She passes away Sunday morning, and I called my father up to tell her about, mother passing, whatever. So he gets in the car. This dude is like 71 years old, but he gets in the car, and he's having like, he's kind of having like, kind of little problems with like his mental and stuff like that, like forgetting stuff. I think he's like, I don't know if he started like smoking at the time again, like just started smoking, but just having problems with like remembering stuff like that. So I was pretty like, scared of him to drive all the way down here. He drove here for 9 hours, bro, to come down here for the funeral. So because he gets down here, we chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, mother just died. He gets to here like around Monday. She died Sunday morning. He gets here like Monday night. So the funeral is that Tuesday, is the next day. So when he gets here, I told him like, yo, you can sleep in my mother's room. You can sleep on the bed, right? Worst mistake I ever made in my fucking life, bro. Worst fucking mistake, right? So, funeral, because he's old, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can't, like, I wouldn't let him go in my room, but my room had at the time, the bed was on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way he can get up, keep getting on and up the bed. So, that room was actually the perfect room that's what I was thinking, for an elderly person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
And all right, so the funeral happens, and we the burial, because Muslims, like, we do it quickly. Like, we don't wait, we don't have viewings. Like, we do the funeral, and we bury. So everything is good. Like, we chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking it, I'm kind of taking it good. I'm not really crying and stuff like that. And we leave. We leave and we head to my brother's house. My brother have like we head to my brother's house because he having like a get together, like everybody who was at the funeral coming in, eat, whatever. So then after that we bounce. Me and my father bounce and head home. Now, the next 48 hours is fucking insane, right? So apparently, someone told my brother that my father was sleeping on the bed, right?
Yes. Chat, you have to understand, Cutter be doing this thing with his face when he telling stories that be signaling, that he's about to say some fucked up shit.
So my brother, I don't know what possessed my other, because my other brother was living with us. So it was me, so it was my mother, it was me and my older brother. I'm not gonna say his name, but y'all know him. Y'all pretty sure y'all know him, but he knows who he is, right? So I don't know what happened. I don't know if he said it like to say it, or if because I never confronted him about it, because I just thought it was like so fucking stupid. So I never confronted him about it, but he tells him that my father is staying at the house and he's sleeping in my mother's room. He's infuriated. I don't know why he's mad, but he's upset. So Thursday pops around, I'm at work, and I get a call from my father, and he's like, they want me to leave the house for a couple hours. Mind you, audience, this is my house. Like, this is my house. This is me, my mother, and house. This is not my other brother's house.
You weren't supposed to say his name, Cutter.
Oh, who gives a shit? He snitched on me. I'm gonna snitch on him, right? So it's our house. You know what I'm saying? Like, my other brother don't even live there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't live there. He doesn't pay rent there. Nothing, right?
Yeah.
So they tell him that he has to leave out the house and do whatever. I'm like, what? Like, we mean you have to leave? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on right now? So, basically what happened was my brother was furious that he was sleeping on the bed.
Yeah.
And he told me he was scared that my father was gonna steal out the house. He was gonna do whatever. So he basically came into our house, grabbed all of my mother's stuff and put it away and put a lock on the room and gave only a key to my brother and my sister. Now, we just buried our mother Tuesday, and he's doing this on Wednesday and Thursday.
Wow.
And then, like I said, that's the only room with the bed that's like for elderly, you know what I'm saying? So he had to sleep on the couch. So my father that came down here 9 hours on the fucking car, driving here for 9 hours, had to sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
While my brother is going in and out. So like I didn't want to say like they're in on it, but it just seemed like they didn't want to say anything because, you know, there was this like, I guess there was this like for his feelings, like fuck me, right? I'm just like, hey, I ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? My mother didn't just die, right? It was just him. It's just how he felt. And that was just like a what the fuck moment for me, bro. Cause I was just like, what? Like, I just can't believe this is happening right now. I just couldn't believe it.
I get that. You know, it's just the trauma of grief. It hits you really, really hard, and it comes out in all types of strange and interesting ways.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, like, there's a distance between your father and your brothers like that there couldn't be a trust and sense of understanding, considering what just happened is a major tragedy, and they couldn't even, you know, put any resentment feelings to the side just to allow that to happen. You know, like, that's a real ain't shit move type of thinking, of thought. And
it's extremely selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, call it what it is. Like I just thought, you know, and then, you know, when we on the phone and he has the nerve to have some sort of like moment with himself that he starts to cry. And I'm like, bro, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like, be honest with you, like, I really don't. Like, because like for you to do that, like you don't know. Me and my father, he was having a bit of I haven't seen him in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like he's all the way in Virginia. Like, I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
And we was bonding. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he didn't have a phone. I gave him the phone. I gave him a phone for him to use. You know what I'm saying? And he was upset about that. I'm like, brother, like, you didn't pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't. Like, I don't understand why he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt really shitty inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like, damn, bro, like it made me not want to talk to him again. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's like, how can you? I don't understand. Like, what is your thought process? You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
Like, I understand you're grieving, but bro, like, your grieveness is affecting me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to affect what I'm going through? You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
Like, damn, bro. Like, that shit is crazy.
Psychologically, to me, the only response that makes sense is like, your father at some point didn't make your brothers feel safe when they were younger.
But he wasn't around when they was younger.
That could partly
like
be it.
My brother was in his late teens. Like, he was 19. He was already, you know what I'm saying? Like I think, you know, and what to have to do with it now? You know what I'm saying? Even if that was the case, like, even if, if I don't know, like he shit on him when he was younger, like what that have that to do with now? And for you to make a decision to come into someone's home, you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine like
you go to somebody's house and you tell them what to do in their house.
In their home that you're not paying. You know what I'm saying? Like like that to me was insane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a very colonial way of thinking.
Like that's to me was just crazy, bro. Like it was just crazy. Like I understand you bought some of the items in there, but come on, bro. Like what you think my father was gonna take a bed? Like what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't understand. I just didn't understand. That was for me. That was a moment I was like, wow. Like I just couldn't believe, and it happened so fast. Like it happened in like damn near not even like my mother wasn't even fresh in the ground yet.
Yeah, it was just like a few hours, literally.
Shit, damn near. It was like
You went to sleep after the funeral, so like we'll say like 8 hours, and you.
Yeah, bro. Like it wasn't. I don't think it was maybe like 25 hours. It was like 25 hours later. Like I'm at work and yo, bro,
Exactly.
bro. No, it was a Saturday. It was a Saturday, so it was like 3 days later.
Oh, okay.
It was like 3 days later because I'm at work because I'm doing what I'm doing now, like working in the front.
Yeah.
And I get a call, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what? Like, you outside? Like, why are you outside? Why are you driving around? Why are you not at home? Like, that's your home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just, like, bro, that shit made me feel like shit, bro. Like, I was just like, damn, bro. Like, and then you on the phone and then we having this conversation and it's like, and all I'm hearing to me is like, bro, like, who gives a shit? Like, that doesn't justify what you did. Like, you understand what you did?
Hey, some people forget to honor thy father and mother. And I think there's some...
That's not his father. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So the thing is, that's not his father. You know? So it's like, I understand that you don't have that relationship with him. But... bro, there are boundaries that you supposed to do. It's like, bro, I'm not a child. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
at the time, I was 27. I'm not a child. You know what I'm saying? So at that house, I was 100% helping with the bills. I was taking care of our mother.
Yeah.
I was taking care of a lot of responsibilities. It wasn't just me just like fucking around and being fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Cutter has no baby mamas.
Exactly. I was taking care of my mother, and I was taking care. I was helping out. I wasn't paying all the fucking bills. I'm not saying that, but I was helping with a little bit of the bills, and I was taking care of her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand. Like I like that was a crazy fucking moment, bro. That was a crazy moment. That was a crazy moment. That was one of the craziest moments. That was like what the fuck moments I had at the time. And then like I'm talking to my older sister, and she was like, I don't understand why he did that. I don't understand. Like it didn't really matter to me as much. But the reason why it mattered to him so much is because he bought those items. That's all it was. It wasn't anything else. It's like he bought those items, and he thought like, okay. And also, you know, they weren't married. So him sleeping in the bed, and I'm like, okay, bro, all right, bro.
He loved his mother, and you know, I guess her receiving those from him brought him a lot of joy because she probably loved those things and loved him a little bit more in a materialistic sense for that. And everybody needs to be able to, you know, share and give back to, you know, their parents. And, you know, now.
Can I ask you a question? If you was my brother, how would you feel?
Honestly. I would have thought that was a weird thing to do.
Okay.
Again, because it's like, there's nothing that someone in their 70s is gonna do that I think is
No, I'm saying if you was my brother and they told you that the things that you bought or whatever, he was sleeping on, like he was sleeping in the room.
I wouldn't have anything like I wouldn't take that personal. It's like one, my mom hypothetically is not here to be able to use these things. And literally days just passed. So it's like, what am I gonna do at this point? I can't like being mad that it's being used by someone else that she had a connection with is that gonna make me any better? Is that gonna bring her back? Absolutely not. You know, definitely take that time to grieve, because I know losing a parent must be the hardest thing. And
it is fucking hard. It's hard as shit. And it's like, bro, like you like
moving backwards.
The thing, like, it's like, bro, like you weren't like. I felt like you just wanted to. I don't know, yo, bro. I was so. All I know, I was just so angry, bro. Like I was dead ass serious, like taking action. Like I was so ready for war, bro. I was dead ass ready for war, bro. Cause I just felt like it was just so disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, you know, and like you can look at me as an idiot or whatever you want to think, but bro. Like, bro, like I was, yo, bro, I almost lost my mind, bro, because I just felt like it was like, bro, like you really playing with me, like you really playing with me. I don't like that. Exactly. I don't like that shit at all, bro.
Because that's an invasion of privacy.
It's like that house is none of your business, bro.
Exactly.
And I don't know why I never pressed my other brother about it, cause I thought, you know, I wasn't even thinking about it. I think that was the problem. Like I wasn't thinking about it.
But you wouldn't think that was gonna happen either.
Yeah, I didn't think that he would sit there and fucking blabber about that. I don't think that was a situation that he would say. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he wanted the room, like if he wanted to sleep in there, that's all he had to say.
Yeah. You know, communication is key. Absolutely.
Like, why would you go and tell someone else? But yo, bro, I was ready to go to war, bro. My God, I had shit on my mind, bro. Like, oh man. Anyway, but yeah, that was my moment. That was like my what the fuck moment, bro. Cause I didn't know what to do, like to cry or laugh. Cause I'm like, bro, like, you have no awareness of what you're doing. Like, do you think what you're doing right now is like mature and a adult thing that you should be doing, especially at your age? Like, do you think that you should be doing this right now? Is this what you're thinking about? Is this what should be going on right now? Is this what you should be thinking? Or can you just come to me? Why you just didn't come to me and express how you felt?
Emotions definitely cloud judgment. And not to say that there's an excuse for that, because that's very radical of a response. But emotion,
I think it's just stupid.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to somebody and they were saying like they had the right to be upset. And they didn't really get into why they had the right to be upset, but it's like the right to be upset. You know what I'm saying? You know what I hate about people? I hate people who go against the flight. They play like this fucking game of being a devil's advocate. I think some people don't really do that. I think some people necessarily like believe that like expressing your emotions, whatever emotion that you fucking have, they think like you have to do that no matter what. But there's some things you have to fucking think about before you do. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that when it comes to certain situations, if you felt like I was stupid of doing that, then you should have told me that. You know what I'm saying? You should have sat down with me and said, listen, I don't like this.
Absolutely.
And for you to think that you don't have to do that, and you think you can express it because you feel like it was something, you don't, like, you can do that to a kid, but you don't do that to an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do that to a person, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't do that to a person that you have respect for. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I felt like he didn't respect me. So that's why I wanted to do something. You know what I'm saying? Because it was completely disrespectful what he did. No, I don't care what your grievance is or what you going through. Like, it was completely disrespectful. You know?
I agree. I do feel like you should be allowed to grieve, but you definitely have to understand how you do it. You know, not everybody should think, let me just do jumping jacks in traffic because I just drank a whole thing of Coca-Cola, the original kind.
But going through grieving don't mean you be a dickhead to somebody.
Oh no, it
You know
shouldn't.
what I'm saying?
It just
like, that's
it
what
happens.
I feel like people who go, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, again, you know, we don't know how to grieve. Grieveness is a very mysterious situation. It's just like death. It's the same thing. Like, going through grievances, going through depression, going through all of these things is a very, you know, mysterious thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're dealing with the brain. We don't know much about the brain. You know what I'm saying? Some people calculate and articulate and express things completely different than other people.
Absolutely.
So yes, you have the right to go through grievances, but that doesn't give you a right to not think about the actions that you're doing.
Of course.
And if you're if you are affecting another person who is going through the same grievance, that's a problem. I think that's a problem. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. I'm going through the same thing, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you love your mother more than me? Like, you think you love our mother more than everybody else? Like, everybody was doing their part to make sure our mother transitioned to a great process. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
She wasn't in no fucking mental fucking home. She wasn't in no nursery home. She wasn't in none of that shit. She died in the hospital, but before she died, she was in her fucking house. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that she was paying for, and we was taking care of her. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
that cloud of judgment it was cloudy. It was a very cloudy.
Yeah, but at least admit it. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like
be accountable.
I just hate. You see the thing of having like older people, like especially black people, bro. Like older people, like they feel like they know every fucking thing in the fucking thing, bro. Like they think they know every fucking thing, bro.
Yeah.
They think they have situated, but you know, they never been like really
in the trenches.
Not to say that, but it just like, bro, like you just can't do whatever you want to. That's all I'm saying. Like, you just can't do whatever you want to fucking do, bro. Like I just felt like yo, bro, I went to a place that I didn't want to go, bro. And it's like, why do I have to go through that place? Like, why are you making me feel like this? You know what I'm saying? And like, damn, bro, like that shit. And then I'm talking to my sister about it, and she just signed on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt bad just talking to her about it. Because, like, she just lost her fucking mother, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why are we having this argument? I mean, not argument, but why are we
having this discussion?
Discussion.
Yeah.
Why is this a discussion? Why is this about this specific person? As if, like, he did everything. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm just so glad I was able to talk about it because I never got to talk about this. So I just felt a little bit good now. I got to get that out my chest because that shit was like, I just thought about that shit today and that shit just put me into another spiral. You know what I'm saying? I just started ranting because, you know, And I want to know people in the comments, like when you hear this like situation, like what do you think? Like I really want to know, like was I wrong for doing what I did, or like I want to know because I think for some people, like I was talking to my other brother about it, and he felt I was like bro, like I'm sorry, bro, like I don't feel like I did anything malicious or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I was just helping, like you know what I'm saying? Like damn, like the man traveled 9 fucking hours in a car, like 71. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? I was you sit on the couch.
Yeah.
And you sleep on the couch. Like what the hell? Like what am I supposed to do?
I get that.
Anyway.
I think what we need to do as a community, especially as black men, is to be able to be emotionally honest with ourselves, especially in the moment. We, especially in the city, we get taught to hold on to everything. Mm-hmm. We get taught to hold on to everything and keep it nice and tight right in here. And that's not a healthy thing. We always need to be able to be emotionally present, because it's like filling up a sink and putting a stop, like a plunger in the sink, and just letting the water rise. Eventually, it's going to spill over, and that's never a good thing.
But I don't think most people are emotionally intelligent enough to express how they feel.
I agree.
And so sometimes we need to use our fucking brains, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Use our brains and words and talk to somebody. Talk to the person that you feel like is hurting you.
Yeah.
This is not a situation where I disrespected any fucking body. This is our home that I made a decision in my home that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
If anybody had a problem with that, then let that be known. I even communicated with my brother. I told him, yo, can he have the thing? I think I did that. I don't know if I think. I'm not going to sit there and act like I'm not going to sit there and lie now. I think I told him. And I think he was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, that brother, if you want to correct me, if you see this, then correct me. But I think you said, okay, you don't care. Cool. Why the fuck I have to ask anybody else who don't live in the fucking house, bro? Why? Why do I have to ask? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to ask? I'm coming home to this house that I'm helping pay for. Why do I have to ask anybody else?
I get
and then you make this notion, he's gonna stay like that. That was so disrespectful, bro. But anyway, I don't want to keep going back to that because I can talk about that shit for hours, bro. But yeah.
Chat, please make sure you take care of your mental health and your emotional health. Be emotionally present. Never assume. Do your best and always speak clearly, speak effectively, speak truthfully.
Exactly.
Don't.
Speak your fucking words, bro. That's the most important thing. Fuck all of that expression, action shit, bro. Speak your words, bro. Talk. When you was mad at that dude, you say you was gonna talk to him first.
Yeah.
That's all you have to fucking do, bro. Talk, bro. Talk, bro. Like, it's not even like, it's not, like, a situation got so, it went to, it felt like I was in, what's that, Kings of Queens.
Oh, with Kevin James?
Yeah, it felt like I was in that because the premise of the show is to over-exaggerate small things, like small moments.
Yeah.
Like when Kevin, like when Doug called Carrie's father a demented old circus monkey. and he thought he heard him say it. So he felt bad. So he kept, it was one scene he was in the house and he kept saying it. So he could see if he get a reaction. It was like, it just felt like that, bro. It was like, bro, is this that serious? Where we like, it's like war and you coming to the house and you changing the lock? Like, what the fuck? Like, you literally put a lock on the door, bro.
Yeah.
That you're not paying for.
Absolutely.
That's insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought that was the craziest fucking thing in the world, bro. But anyway, I'm sorry. Like, that's how we're going to start going back to that.
Hashtag hugs for Cutter. And Batista bombs for Cutter's brother.
This don't do no, like, listen, bro. That Cutter 3 years ago could tolerate that. The Cutter now, I cut you off for less. Like, for less. You do stupid shit like that, I cut you off for less, bro.
Doing niggas dirty early.
So, let's wrap this up.
And before we wrap it up, you said you don't have any films that you have to review, correct?
No.
All right. Well, I watched one thing. It was another Tinto Brass movie. It's called Capriccio. It's a dramatic romance, obviously with some erotica in it. An American couple comes back to Italy in 1946 after the World War to reunite with their old lovers. It's a lot because the man, he's reuniting with a prostitute, and the woman is reuniting with, surprise, the prostitute's pimp. There is, unfortunately, some SA that takes place with the woman and the pimp. She was in the military, and he had taken her virginity at that. But from that moment, she was much more enchanted, and he proceeded to love bomb her with a lot of interesting moments with oysters and lemons and stuff that you can read between the lines with. Mm-hmm. The man and the prostitute, they just go about in the countryside, frolicking. It's very serenic. It's like an old painting, as usual. There was a really, really, really funny scene. I posted it on Instagram, but I'll tell you for those who are not following me. The man's car breaks down out in the middle of nowhere, and they need water for the radiator. So they're like the man and the prostitute, they're like teasing each other, and she's like, "Oh, go piss on your radiator," and he's like, "Well, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna go piss on my radiator." He pulls out his fly, and she's just making weird noises just to like tease him, and he can't do it because he can't focus. So she runs off with his hat. He has not a derby, but like a fedora. Mm-hmm. He has a fedora, and she pees in his fedora. Amazingly enough, she filled the fedora up with piss.
That shit fake as hell.
It was way too much piss that came out of this woman, and they poured the pee in the radiator, and the car was fine. I'm like, what? But they made sure to accent it real nice. It's like, oh, well, if the car is working and all I had to do was lose my hat, that's fine. And he threw that shit off a cliff. It was really romantic, but it was just like, she peed in his hat. A prostitute peed in your hat.
That's disgusting. It's probably got all types of diseases.
But you know, at a certain point, he's more honest with himself. He's not the same young guy that can just go chasing prostitutes, and he's still very territorial about her line of work because she's gonna charm men wherever she goes, and he gets in his feelings and is insecure about it, and just says forget it and wants to go back to his wife. Well, the wife, she's been writing letters to the pimp, and the pimp is just, he's been living with some other prostitutes, and she didn't know. She genuinely thought they just had like a love for each other that was magical and enchanted. And she finally sees him with like 2 other women, and he's just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to come see you again. We're definitely going to work this out. And I'm not sure if it was a dream. It wasn't even a dream sequence. They're having some festival, and they're having sex under fireworks. In reality, fireworks do not shine so much light that you see flashes of light in your bedroom. Mm. It was very cinematic how it was presented, which grade A for Tinto, but I'm like, if fireworks are that close to your window, there's something wrong. There's something really wrong. And something wrong happens. I think there was a cameo made by Tinto himself, because this, not to body shame, but this fat, old, Italian-looking guy with a cigar in his mouth, which is very trademark for Tinto, walks in the room with some other woman, and Tinto's touching the leading woman on her thigh or her butt while she's having sex with the pimp. And, you know, they didn't arrange that. That just kind of happened out of nowhere, and that's a total violation of trust again. And she had to distance herself from this abusive relationship. Thankfully, they reunite because, surprise, surprise, the man and the woman have a son together, and the son gets sick, and they worry, and they leave, they hop on a train. Again, this is 1946, so trains are like a big thing back then, and on the train, they finally have like sex together. And not like sex, it's just like he gives her some cunnilingus. So it was an all right film. Again,
shit, it's like you liked it. You're so detailed. Nigga said all that and said it's all right. That's funny as hell.
Again, he's really good at, you know, detailing scenes, even if it's like as far-fetched as fireworks flashing light into your house.
Yeah.
Unless the whole point of that was so you can't hear a nigga walk into your bedroom and start touching you.
Probably so. That's probably what he was thinking.
I really hope not, because, again, that SA scene was fucked up. Because she tried to justify it. Because what happened was he'd been seeing her around. She was working in the military hospital, and he was just delivering drinks at random parties that they would deal with. And he kept saying, I love you, try this candy, try this. And she was just like, nah. And she walks away into like this guarded room, beautiful room, had this nice little shape pattern on the floor and some mirrors. But she conveniently forgets to lock the door, even though he bangs on it like 3 times. And when he bangs on it that 3rd time, he gets in, the SA happens, and she thinks, oh, close the door. Someone might walk in. And he's like, I locked the door. You didn't lock the door. And she thinks, oh, if I didn't lock the door, then I must have wanted this to happen. And that's such a terrible thing to even put into a film. Like, I get it's supposed to be a part of how a pimp would work, where you do like this love bombing technique that gets someone that attached to you here, like a Stockholm syndrome-esque thing, but it's really gross.
I mean, let's be honest, bro. It's a fucking foreign film, bro.
Yeah.
Every single foreign film is creepy. Even the Indian ones are even worse. The Indian one, they have like this guy. It's this guy, and he's like, you know the skunk, Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
Bro, he's just like this dude, and he can whoop ass. He can beat people up, and like it was one movie I watched. It was one Indian movie I watched. Oh my god, I'm like, bro, this was very uncomfortable to watch, bro, because it's like this is what y'all putting in the film, like it's like some Indian alpha male red pill type shit, bro. Like it was really stupid.
Cutter, tell the people where they can find you.
Instagram, Cutter Butter, just straight Cutter Butter.
I am Longma. My IG and TikTok are __LONGMA __. And also please support our brother Titus Peoples at I am Titus Peoples on Instagram. And follow, like, share, subscribe, comment. Please leave us comments. I've been getting some feedback from my friends, but they'll like actually text me or they'll call me. Comment. Leave your feedback in the comments, please. I brought this out because I know we have like this big white table that's not very visually appealing, and unless you comment, this beautiful tapestry is gonna disappear. We're gonna go back to the firefighter's phone and the fire extinguisher.
Oh, this is classic, man. Listen, this is classic right
Classic
here,
boring. Oh, this is classic bland. Tart. Very tart. But yes, please give us feedback. And yes, sorry about that. Memory card just got full. We had a nice discussion today. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, and give support to Sweat the Critique. I am Longma, your host for today, saying peace.